Hey there, welcome back to another video. So it's that time of year again where rising seniors are starting to write their college applications, and I wanted to give some advice to those students. As someone who went through the process last year, I hope that my advice can be of some value to you. So today I wanted to discuss being a well-rounded student or being a spiked student. And I've always told to be well-rounded. I played violin, I debated, I played sports, and I was a part of different clubs throughout high school. In retrospect, I don't think it really benefited me to be well-rounded and do a ton of activities. Everyone else and their mother was doing so many different activities. They were part of math team, robotics team, debate, sports, and I didn't really stand out against my peers. As much as I thought I was special, I was just mediocre. So if you search on Google well-rounded versus spiked student, there are a ton of articles that you can read. But one that stood out to me while researching for this piece was prep scholars. Here's the problem. Well-rounded students don't do anything particularly well. They're not team captain of a national ranking soccer team or head of a new statewide nonprofit or concertmaster of a leading orchestra. This means that none of what they do is truly impressive. To put it bluntly, well-rounded means mediocre at everything, jack of all trades, master of none. And I totally agree with this. I was just average in a bunch of things, and I didn't really wow the admissions teams at the majority of the schools that I applied to. I should have focused on activities that I really enjoyed, like photography for instance, and just gone all in to be the best that I can. Now that's not to say to abandon all of your activities and just focus on one. If you like other extracurriculars and you're passionate about them, then definitely go for them. But just devote the most amount of time to a central activity, the one you like the most. So two specific people that are spiked candidates that went through the college process are Joseph Lee and RB Park. And you may know them from their respective YouTube channels, but after listening to their common applications, both of them had a central theme. Joseph played competitive tennis and was one of the best in his state, and RP did public speaking and art. Both focused on something that they loved, whether it was public speaking or tennis, and it got them into top tier schools. Now I'm not saying that correlation equals causation, and if you just focus on one specific activity that you really love, you're gonna get into an Ivy League. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work like that. All I'm saying is that it can definitely boost your chances to focus on one activity, then have your interest just spread out over 5 or 6. So here's my straight up advice. You want to find something that gives you motivation and gets you up in the morning. You're probably not going to find that thing overnight, and you may not find it for a few years, and that's okay. For me, it was photography, and it took me way too long to realize that I really liked making videos and taking photos. If you're an underclassman in high school, or even in middle school, try things out that you might enjoy. Then find your favorite activity and hone your skills in it. Learn how to be the best at your school, district, or state, and that will help you stand out against all the other mediocre applications. And if you're a rising senior, the time isn't too late to find what you really love to do. If you're into knitting, start a club and recruit your friends, or make something for your community. If you really love your passion, then write about it in your Common App. Show, not tell the admissions team why you care about it so much. So for the next few minutes, I wanted to share an anecdote from my journey in applying to colleges, and this might be the most important part of the video. So don't click off just yet. So last year when I was applying to colleges, I was really into magic and cardistry and reached out to the presidents of the magic clubs at Dartmouth and Yale. And the conversation that I remember the most today was the one with the former president of the Yale Magic Society, Max Lukian. And the conversation that I had with him really shaped my perspective from being a well-rounded student to being a spiked student. And as we chatted about magic, he could tell that I wasn't truly into the art like he was, and he asked me these 3 questions. What is your dying passion? Who are you? And what makes the fire go? And whatever I answered to those questions, he said to write about that. And to be honest, I cried a little bit after our meeting. I hadn't had someone just straight up tell me, find your passion, so directly and bluntly to me before, and it was a little bit of a shock. It was kind of like a wake-up call, and I asked myself, who do you want to become, and what do you want to do? And after that, I dove straight into photography and videography, and honed my skills enough to the point where I'm shooting weddings almost every weekend. So that's all I have for you today. I sincerely hope this video has been of some value to you and helps you in your college journey. If you want any assistance in picking colleges, research, proofreading essays, or just want to chat about college in general, you can hit me up on my Instagram at JamesLShung. And with that being said, smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.